Hello, boys and girls. My name is Miss Paula, and I'm coming to you from the library in South Royalton, Vermont. And we're so glad that you're watching today. We've got a good book. It's a little bit of a different book, but I think you're going to like it. The name of our book is Owen. That's a boy's name. And so I think he's a little mouse, but he's a boy mouse. Owen had a fuzzy yellow blanket. He'd had it since he was a baby, and he loved that blanket with all his heart. And look at him. He does love it. He's got it with him outside. Fuzzy, my blanket, goes wherever I go, said Owen. And Fuzzy did. Upstairs, downstairs, in between, inside, outside, and upside down. Look, he's even got him on the toilet. And when he's eating. And, oh, when he's sad, I don't know why he's sad, everywhere the blankie's with him. Fuzzy likes what I like, said Owen. And Fuzzy did. Orange juice, grape juice, chocolate milk, ice cream, peanut butter, applesauce cake. Look what he gets on his blankie. Isn't he getting a little old to be carrying that thing around? Asked Mrs. Tweezers. She's the lady next door. Haven't you heard of the blanket fairy? Owen's parents had not heard of the blanket fairy, so Miss Tweezers filled them in. That night, Owen's parents told Owen to put Fuzzy under his pillow. In the morning, Fuzzy would be gone, but the blanket fairy would leave an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific big boy present in its place. I don't know. Look at him. I don't think he likes the idea of getting a present and getting rid of Blankie. Owen stuffed Fuzzy inside his pajama pants and he went to sleep. The next morning when he came down, he said, "No blanket fairy," said Owen in the morning. "No kidding," said Owen's mother. "No wonder," said Owen's father. He still had his blanket. "Fuzzy's dirty," said Owen's mother. "Fuzzy's torn and ratty," said Owen's father. "No," said Owen. "Fuzzy is perfect." And Fuzzy was. Fuzzy played Captain Plunger with Owen in the bathroom. Fuzzy helped Owen become invisible. See, he puts his blankie over his head and he's invisible. That means you can't see him. And Fuzzy was essential when it came to getting his fingernails clipped and his haircuts. See, he's got Fuzzy with him. There's Fuzzy. And his trip to the dentist. "He can't be a baby forever," said Mrs. Tweezers, the lady next door. "Haven't you heard of the vinegar trick?" Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. When Owen wasn't looking, his father dipped Owen's favorite corner of Fuzzy into a jar of vinegar. Now, vinegar is a very sour thing that people cook with. It doesn't smell good either. Owen sniffed and smelled it and sniffed it, and he just got a new corner of his blankie. He wouldn't give it up. Then he rubbed the smelly corner all around his sandbox, and he buried it in the garden, and he dug it up again. "It's good as new," said Owen. Well, he got rid of the vinegar smell. Fuzzy wasn't very fuzzy anymore, but Owen didn't mind. He carried it He wore it, and he dragged it. Fuzzy's got all of his toys there. He sucked on it. He hugged it. And he twisted in it. He was watching something scary. He was scared. "What are we going to do?" asked Owen's mother. "School is starting soon," said Owen's father. "He can't bring a blanket to school," said Mrs. Tweezers. "Haven't you ever heard of just saying, 'No, you can't take the blanket'?" But Owen's parents had not heard that. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. "I have to bring Fuzzy to school," said Owen. "No," said Owen's mother. "No," said Owen's father. Owen buried his face in Fuzzy. He started to cry, and he would not stop. Oh dear, now everyone's upset. "Don't worry," said Owen's mother. "It'll be all right," said Owen's dad. And then suddenly Owen's mother said, "I have an idea." It was an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific idea. First, his mother snipped Blankie, and then she sewed, and then she snipped again, and she sewed some more. That's a sewing machine. Snip, 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 sew, sew, sew. Dry your eyes, wipe your nose. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Now Owen carries one of his not-so-fuzzy handkerchiefs with him wherever he goes. He's still got Blankie, but Blankie has been cut into kind of like a washcloth. And look how many he's got. And look, they fit just he can even make a thing to play with them. He's got it if he's sad, or when he blows his nose, or when he's scared, or when he's happy, or when he's asleep, or when he's being messy with ice cream. There is Blankie, but it's just a little bitty one right now. And the lady next door didn't say a thing. Look, he's got his. Looks like she's got, I don't think hers is a blankie. I think it's a handkerchief. So it worked out. Did you ever have something you liked an awful lot and you didn't want to give it up to go to school? That's the way he felt about his blankie. But it was a good idea, wasn't it, to make a bunch of small little blankies for him? Well, it's time to say goodbye. But next week we're going to have another fun story. Come back if you can. It's time, it's time, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, boys and girls.